Hi everyone, this is Arcadius. Today I will be starting a series of videos that cover diamond and prism ships that you can purchase in the shop. I will rate their pros and cons and compare them to other ships of the same matchmaking tier. Today we will be revealing Akatsuki. Now the ships that you can expect to meet are Hibiki, Akatsuki, Yudachi, Sims, Glowworm, Javelin, and Leningrad. Now all of these ships are the same matchmaking tier of 7. But you could also see ships on higher or lower tier, depends on how the matchmaking works. Now let's start with the pros of the ship. Now she has a very high speed of 38 knots, now which isn't the best, but it's definitely not bad, and with the speed boost, which is the one I have equipped, it is quite good. Another pro is that it has good detectability. The surface detection range of this is 6.7 kilometers, which is only beaten by Yudachi at 6.6 kilometers. Now it can make use of this because its guns are not that good, but we'll follow up with that later. What it is good with is that it has very strong torpedoes. Now you can either use the first set or the second set. The first set has torpedoes that hit with 16,600 damage without any debuffs. The second set hit with about 300 more HP per hit. Now that's not much, but that's still 16,900. It's only second to Yudachi's second set, which is 24,000, but those don't go as far. The first set, which is the ones I use, have a range of 12 kilometers, and the second set are 8 kilometers. The first set go 59 knots, and the second goes 68 knots. Now, I prefer the longer range, even though it is a major difference in speed. It's just my preference, but you can certainly go with the 8 kilometer torps at 6 to 8 knots, and if you use those would be the fastest of the tier. They reload 0.71 per second, and the torp detection range is 2.2 meters, which is actually the worst of the tier, but it's not that bad either. Now, it also has very fast shells at 915 meters per second. This is the fastest of all the tiers. The drawbacks of the ship are low HP. It only has about 12,800 HP, where most of the other ships of this tier have between 14 and 15,000. Another drawback is lowest gun range. It has a range of 9.7 kilometers that it can shoot out to. When you compare this to Hibiki, it has 9.9 that it can reach out to. But it can't cancel anything like Sims, which can shoot out to 12.8. Also has the slowest fire rate. It can only shoot 6.7 rounds per minute. When you compare that something to Sims of 15 rounds per minute, it's bad, but even Hibiki has 7.5 rounds per minute, and they're practically the same ship. Additionally, even though Japanese destroyers aren't known for their AA, it still has relatively okay AA with a max of 47 DPM at 5 kilometers max. Not even, but still, it's not that good, so don't expect to destroy any squadrons in one swing. It'll be good for shooting down a couple planes, and that's all. Now, my personal opinion of the ship, reading it, it seems a lot worse than Hibiki, but all in all, I actually enjoy the ship a lot more than Hibiki, and I'll tell you why. We have the reload booster, which you can put in 3 sets of torps, and then you can put 3 more. And with good damage and good range, relatively good speed of 59 knots, and a quick reload, this thing is a torpedo mayhem. With the range, or the surface detectability for stealth, you can sneak up on your enemies and just torpedo them from a safe distance without even being spotted. And that's how I like to play this game. So right now we're going to go into a game and I'll show you what I can do. Alright, so now we're in a game. We're going off against the Hiryu, Nelson Hood, Agano, Graf Spee, Akatsuki, and Hibiki. So the same destroyer, so I can't exactly compare it to any other destroyers at this time, but that's alright. We still get to show you how it faces off against cruisers, battleships, and a carrier in the game. Now this map, it's not one of my favorite maps, but we can make it work. Now you can definitely turn your AA off if you'd like. Like I said, it's not very strong. You'll only shoot down a couple of planes if you really stand under them for quite a while, but don't expect any serious squadrons to be shut down. Now you may have noticed that my speed and my health are not what I told you in the stats. Now, that's because I have quite a few buffs on it at this time, and so I was just reading you the normal buffs, the stats before anything. And I can definitely see how the speed of the ship is quite important. Now, I know I said use it as a torp boat, but it is also very fun to use as a gunboat since it has 6 guns. I can use it anytime. And these guns, they hit hard. They don't reload very fast, like I told you, but they do hit hard, and they can set a lot of fires. Now see, torpedoes are already reloaded, so what you can do is you could just put them in the general area, launch, immediately reload, and then have them start reloading by themselves. Now you notice how I'm going to the side of the map, and that is so I can get better broadside targets to shoot at for when my torpedoes reload for the next round. I always have to be careful about torpedoing other ships on your team. I always find a problem with this, and if there's slightly smaller range that I'm used with, then I would take the smaller range. For example, Shimakaze, I never use the 20 km torpedoes. That is because I usually end up hitting my own ships across the other side of the map. And here we are. So this is the other sister ship of Akatsuki. And this is a good example of how to use the guns. Look at that. First one, first fire, and a third and a half gun. Now I know these are just bots and not actual players, but you can still get the main idea of how powerful these guns are. And the accuracy is no joke either. Within a few seconds, the ship is almost gone. And it also works in real game too. If you come across someone that isn't paying attention, you can definitely gun them down. Now you always have to be aware about torpedoes, but going back, maneuverability is really good. And I'm kind of out of the way here, so I'm trying to get back to the rest of the group. I'm slowly making our way there. The gun range of this ship is very small. You can see how barely anything is in range. But you can also see how the detectability is pretty low as well, so that works to your favor. You can try and sneak up on ships. Remember when I said I like being a gunboat? I also thought it was new. And at the spots, they don't really shoot back at you, so you can feel free just to whittle them away and play it by one play. So, for instance, this first phase, pretty low. If it doesn't reach her before she sinks anyways, I might as well just shoot it out when I can. Speed boost is up. I'm looking at the gun over there. In this case, I'm going to switch to armor piercing because it can be quite devastating against lightly armored cruisers, such as this. Now, it just depends on the range. Now, I do see the Akatsuki over there is actually taking quite a pounding by another one of my teammates. But it's alright. Look at that, Citadel. Perfect. But it can be careful all the time. In this case, I'm going to try and use torps. I'm going to use the armor. Now, I'm going to finish it quite carefully. I kind of want to finish up what I've done. So, because they're going to see us no matter what. It just might help us crash bay over here a bit, though I highly doubt it. Toss a couple rounds of HE, maybe get a fire or so. Not expecting to do much here. Just trying to play catch up. hear you. I'm gonna start aiming this one. I can see there's all these planes above me, and I'm not shooting any of them down. Don't expect to shoot down entire squadrons, ever, in any Japanese destroyer, except possibly Akatsuki. They're targeted by these dive bombs here. See if maybe we can modify anything. Stop so far. Launching an aircraft right now. Perfect, look at that. Fire. So we can get 2. And now we're gonna launch these things. Because I like to YOLO. But I YOLO with hopes of surviving. And I also have the torpedo reload booster ready. And my torps ready. So I can get both in one shot if I play my cards right. And with the carry-on fire, I'm free from any aircraft attack for the time being. Now in the second one, I don't have any problem. As you can see, I'm taking quite a beating. And I'm thinking that there's a couple of things as well. And I'm having second thoughts about this. With flooding. Now I didn't really expect all that damage. So we're gonna have to play defensively for it now. Let's see if we can get this one. My main fear now is dive bombers because I can't really do it. Torpedoes explode. Hopefully my team, can deal with the hood. So let's see what we can do against this people. Now I know my torpedoes are in range, and I can reload boost them to try and get them out, but it's so far away, and here is a very fast and removable ship, so it would just be a waste of time. But we did get fire, so that should help. We're camping as well, with our carrier, no less. Switch to AP, I'm trying to get citadels again, like I did in Naval. But at this range in Naval, I'm not putting much faith into it, so I'm just trying to move around with torpedoes and bombs and whittle it down with HE. And look, another plane kill. So as you've noticed, I've been under constant air attack. I've only got 3 plane kills. Like I said, that's what I come from is A-guns. You could even have them off completely and still not have any problem. Now fire. Now I do want to let you know I do have a buff to my fire chance as well, so you're not going to get 6, 7, 10 fires for this ship. It's just how it works. If you do constantly use air kill, you're going to get some fires. No matter what. And I also want to try to sneak in the secondary range of the game, because I don't want to do it too. The secondaries are not good, and at this range, I could probably switch over to AP because half my fire is okay, we're left with it. And with this, we have that's not a kill, but it's alright. We still won. 144 damage, 4 kills, 159 gun hits, 5 torps, 4 plane shot down, 1 citadel hit, 5 fires, 2 floods. Now, I told you this was best used as a torp ship, but as you can tell, it is very fun used as a gunship as well. It is all depending on your preference. Now, should you buy this ship? That is definitely up to you. If you enjoy Japanese destroyers, then by all means go for it. But if you prefer main gunboat, then maybe an American one would be better, or even Soviet if you don't mind the turret traverse. All in all, the ship is a really good ship, and I enjoy it. It just has some major drawbacks that you have to work around, and advantages that you can use. Now, like I said, this one is a diamond ship. It is not a prism ship, so it is able to be purchased relatively easy. I actually won this from a prism pack a while ago, a few years ago. So I've had this ship for a while, and it's very fun, and it's never grows old. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care.